If I look a little bit dishevelled, it's because I am. I've just come off the beach, had a little siesta on the beach after a fresh fish sandwich here in Exmouth, blessed with the most beautiful few days of late summer weather, even though it's mid-October. I'm cat sitting and really enjoyed the rest. One of the things that came to mind was there's a line in my favourite movie, which, as you may know, is American Beauty. I think you can learn everything you need to learn from American Beauty. And the little blonde girl that is the object of Lester's fantasies, the poison dwarf, she says to Lester's daughter, I won't put the accent on, well, I might try a little bit. You know, there's nothing worse in this life than being ordinary. And when I first heard that, I've taken the voice off now, when I first heard that, it struck a chord, I'm embarrassed to say. It struck me, yeah, right, I don't want to be ordinary. Who wants to be ordinary? But the more it's sort of hung around that expression, the less truthful it becomes. Because the simple truth is we are ordinary. I am ordinary. What's wrong with being ordinary? It's great being ordinary. Because being ordinary is exceptional. An exceptional opportunity to have this life, an exceptional opportunity to have more or less original thoughts, although I suspect 80 to 90% of our thoughts are not so original. You might call them ordinary. Maybe there is something in it. But no, I will stand my ground. Being ordinary is exceptional. We have hearts that beat. We have immune systems that work more or less. We sneeze when we need to eject muck. The lungs work, the pulse works, the corpuscles work, the cells work. It's a miracle. We are a living, breathing, walking miracle. The contents of this, however, are more or less ordinary or exceptional, entirely depending on you and what you think and what you allow to colour the waters of your mind, a bit like dropping squid ink into a goldfish bowl. What do you feed? What's the word beginning with F that means defecate? What have you defecate in your mind? There is a saying, one of my favourite sayings, you probably already know this, is you don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. And this is, I think, profoundly true. We are not cameras taking snapshots or videos of the world as it is around us. We are projectors. We are projecting our prejudices, our thrills, our moods onto the world around us. And we see not how it is, but what's going on inside. Or we miss what's going on because we're otherwise distracted by our own usually petty little concerns. My little me mine world going on, which we project onto the world out there. We all do it. It's a very ordinary and understandable thing to do. But then at the outside world, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So beauty beholds beauty. To the pure, all things are pure. Look at this shell, for example. absolutely incredible. How on earth, I don't know how many million years old that is. I was walking on the coastal path cliff top yesterday, and there was an explanatory obelisk with all the different shells and all the different types of limestone and other types of rocks. Being a geographer, I should know the names of rocks. This is a calcium sort of rock. And look at this gorgeous little thing here called an... do you know what that's called? It looks like it's a nose plunger thing. It's not. It's an armeria. I'm sure some of you guessed that. Another unordinary miracle. The American writer of Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, can't quite remember his name off the cuff, Paris, late 30s, early 40s, I think. He was asked, what is the secret of happiness in this life? Number one, a sense of wonder. I think Van Morrison would agree with that. I'd agree with that. Open up your eyes and see the wonder of the ordinary miracle around us, all the different varieties of plants and insects and skies. Number two, curiosity. So first, having seen wondrous things, wanting to investigate and explore. One might say in a childlike way, not childish, although there's nothing wrong with mucking about on a beach like a child, but childlike curiosity. And thirdly, don't take yourself too seriously, because in the larger scheme of things, we're not here for very long, are we? I tell you, it's taken, I don't know how many million years it's taken to produce that, and it still lasts 100 million years later or whatever. But you won't find my bones in a hurry after not long after I'm gone. Bury or burn? That's a question we're all going to have to face up to. In my case, bury. Burning seems too final. So exercise curiosity. It won't kill you, unlike that saying, curiosity killed the cat. It's essential for feeding the soul and the imagination. So external things are wondrous, and certainly not ordinary if we look in the right way. What seems to me to derail our sense of completeness, our sense of satisfaction in the wonderful ordinary, is what our social media, what our upbringing, background, education, peer group, magazines, what you read, TikTok, Facebook, WhatsApp, every brand you can imagine, except the brand Be More Ordinary. I've just made that brand up. Be Like Me, More Ordinary. There's a brand. It makes out that the only life worth living is an extraordinary life. First place on the Olympic podium, perhaps. In my in my context, appearance on Top of the Pops, perhaps publishing a book. Oh, done that. Think of any field of activity and being number one in that field. That's the sort of exceptional life that is peddled to us. Well, the simple truth is that there's only one that can be on top of the pile. What everybody underneath, there's always going to be someone more accomplished, more talented, more creative, frankly, more determined, yeah, more dedicated, put in your 10,000 hours. And so if you compare yourself with anyone else, you're on a slippery slope, because it ends in misery. There's nothing more wonderful more than the ordinary you, in my opinion. And the other flaw in this argument that being exceptional is the only way to aim in life is because there is at the heart of it a sense of mistaken identity. The idea that you are only this fleeting bag of bones, whether you can run 100 meters in 10 seconds or not, or paint a Picasso, but nonetheless you're just a faster or more creative bag of bones, and it's all going to end in tears. What if you are not just that? What if that sense of being alive, that sense of I am, that unmistakable, irrefutable sense of being here now, enjoying this patio, these flowers, this cup of tea, this shell, this day, this afternoon, this life? What if the one who observes the ordinary little me enjoying it, who is this observer? What if that is the real you? And who or what might that observer be? Some call it the witness. Some call it the higher self, or simply the self with a capital S. And you can observe this firsthand. It just takes some time and some practice. Not that you want to be Olympic champion of selfing, but it's monks and mystics of all ages and all religions and none have explored and discovered this big self, big S self. And you don't have to live in a cave, you don't have to sit on top of a pole, you don't actually have to go belong to a church or a particular religious persuasion, I would argue, to discover this universal, benign, capital S self, in which all of these miracles, all of this exceptional beauty, wondrous things of both the minute, the microbial, the quantum, and the cosmic, it all takes place within this expansive, unlimited, pure, benign, big self. It might just be that big self that is doing the looking now. Go figure.